Now we're getting to the third verse. There are 6 verses in the song, and so we're almost halfway there. This is the third verse. And he starts out from the last verse. And that is my version of the third verse. I do a couple things where I'm not sure what Lonnie Johnson was doing, so I just kind of made up my own parts. But that first part is pretty simple. He's doing this double stop. And this is a slide with, I use my second and third fingers. My second finger starts out on the second fret of the second string. My ring finger is on the third fret of the third string, but then I slide in. Just kind of keep that. I'm not doing the sliding, I'm just sliding into it. And he holds it a little longer. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then he goes. So let me show you the timing on this. 2, 3, 4, 1. That. And it sounds to me like he leads into the next part with first fret of the first string, third fret of the second string, third fret of the third string, open, just like he's done throughout the song. Now I'm going to be teaching that kind of lick over and over again, and I'll go through it quickly, but I don't want to explain the same thing repeatedly. So anyhow, let's do that first part again. So he's doing the same thing. On that, I can't tell if there's a bass going or if he's playing the open sixth or the open fifth. I kind of do one or the other. And if you mute it enough, it really doesn't matter which note it is. It'll just kind of thump and fill it in. But it's that same thing we did before with the chord shift. But then he does this from the first fret of the first string, 3-1 on the second string, and back into this riff. You can do that a lot of different ways. I think on the record he goes like this. So let's take it from the middle part of that verse. That's all the same as what we've done before. And then he does a little variation before he heads into the next verse. First time we did this, then I did, and then I'm going to double it up. And again, I'm just thumping the open fifth string, getting the open fourth string in there too. He does something like that. And so that's the end of the third verse. Let me play it all the way through one time. And I think at the end of the verse, that might be more what he does. Whoops. So he goes from the third fret of of the second string, first fret, first string, back, and then he does this little bend where he's bending up the third fret of the third string and getting the open second string. Sometimes I like to do that just to have a different ending to each verse. It would get boring if you do the same thing at the end of each verse. So I try to have something different each time, and sometimes I get mixed up exactly what he did on the record, so I just play what I feel like playing. And so this, I think, is what he plays at that verse, and I play sometimes. Alright, I hope it didn't confuse you too much. That is the third verse. When we come back, we'll do what really is my favorite verse of the song, playing on the bass strings.